Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday's early morning intuitive guidance. Had to think there for a moment. What day are we at? So, I am Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom for your day. And the card I pulled today, I think you're going to find illuminating, especially given previous cards that we've had, including Simplicity and Thicket of Thorns. So I still have those two sitting on my desk, and this one resonates quite well with those. So let us start with the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. See if we can take a deeper breath this time. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Peggy. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. There's Jonelle. Everybody's, the practical rebels, starting to gather. This is good. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Barb. Letting yourself settle in to right here, right now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Enjoy the breath. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. Thank you for the beautiful hearts and the rainbow. Speaking of rainbow, those of you who, like me, follow Randy Rainbow, have you seen he has a new parody song out? If you haven't seen it, it's definitely on YouTube. But so last night I did already water picked. Fabulous. Then you don't have to choose. I love a bunch of his stuff. Good morning, Angie. Glad you are here. Welcome. And keeping my sanity through the 2016 years and the COVID stuff, Randy Rainbow was instrumental in me keeping my head on my shoulders. So the fact that he has a new parody song out made me smile. I was quite happy with that. So, soul coaching deck. What your soul wants you to know, Denise Lynn. And again, I always love the synchronicity and the flow of the cards. What we start with, where we go to. So I'm just going to show you them again. We've had Thicket of Thorns about uncertainty, and many of us are dealing with uncertainty, and many of us are dealing with the people who are dealing with uncertainty, Miss Angie. And sometimes how people deal with uncertainty, especially our now adult children, ain't so much fun. And we endure and get through and cry and allow them to be their little beastly selves for a chunk of time. And good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. And set boundaries when necessary. And eventually, I would say when Lauren was roughly about 25, she started coming back around. The head stopped swiveling, the pea soup stopped flying out, and it was like, oh, I have my darling daughter back. Isn't this lovely? Hang in there, Ange. It will get better. So, the Simplicity card, we had simplicity, and the message in there was decluttering the things out of your life, including thoughts and behavior patterns and habits and all that stuff that no longer serves you. And today we have light. And there she is on her little bitty ladder, reaching for the light. Light with a capital L. Keep them alive until they're 25. Absolutely. And by then you'll be willing to have them be alive. Because they begin to get much nicer. I remember, good morning, Abigail, glad you are here. I remember after I had kids and they were little and they were being beasts, calling my mother and apologizing profusely for how I had been at that point in my life. And she laughed and she took it very well, but I know I was difficult for her to try to raise. So I appreciate her efforts. I appreciate she didn't, put me in the trunk of the car and drive off with me. Light. My light radiates through my life and the world around me. My light radiates through my life and the world around me. And one of the things I want to say about that, and I was reading about this last night in the current book I am reading, which is one of the Michelle Obama books, and it's about light. The Light We Carry. That's the title, The Light We Carry. And She's talking about little steps, not having to do great big leaps and bounds, but doing the next thing that presents itself in front of us. Because then we aren't as overwhelmed and we actually take that step, right? So here is light. Let's see what resonates for you. Another breath. Let it go. Shoulders dropping, opening to receive. Card meaning, you are the light, and you come from the light. Again, that whole idea of it's all one, we're all one. Those artificial divisions need to be going. You illuminate the world, so rejoice and remember who you are. Star stuff, right? We're star stuff. You have a physical form, but that's impermanent. At your source, you're luminescent. Lighten up and don't take things too seriously. And it's so easy for us to do that, isn't it? Life is right here in front of our face and we can't get perspective. We got to do a little work to get it moved back out so we can go, yeah, in the long range scheme of things, this thing I'm freaking out about isn't going to matter all that much. That was one of the values of journaling for me. I would go back to old journals, even 6 months, 9 months earlier, my journaling, and go, man, I don't even remember that happened. There I was losing my shit over it, and now I don't even remember that it happened. So in the moment, when I can remember, 6 months from now, I'm not even going to remember this happened. It doesn't need to be this big a hairy deal. Helpful, helpful, helpful. So don't take things too seriously. Lighten up. And again, I was talking to someone yesterday. I had set up a coffee date with my friend Jason and said, I just need conversation with a like mind. Someone who dreams big, someone who is a dreamer, instead of, here's my great, cool idea, and someone going, well, how are you going to do that? That's going to cost a lot of money. That isn't going to work, blah, blah, blah. There's a time and a place for how are you going to do that. But to begin with the dream, as Julia Cameron says, your creative endeavors, your dreams are like infants. You don't just hand them off to anybody. You don't just share them with anybody. You protect them, you nurture them, you take care of them. And so I wanted creative dreaming with someone who is a creative dreamer. So we spent about an hour just kind of going back and forth, and I came away with a couple of action steps that felt good. And as I said to him at the beginning of our conversation, I want this to put wind in my sails. So I set it up to happen. I contacted him and said, hey, let's do coffee. And he was more than willing. So got some wind in the sails, going to put some feelers out for a couple of things, see what happens. See what happens. Your soul wants you to know, now is the time for you to shine and remember who you are and where you came from. When you are star stuff, think about that. That's an amazing thing, and nothing you have to play down, hide under a basket, make light of, make small of. No. Again, Marianne Williamson, your playing small does not serve the world. All right, let's keep going. This is a good time to clear clutter. How many times is this going to hit me over the head, right? Clear that stuff out. So, clearly, as I look at all the stuff that I have, and I've been clearing for the whole 4 years I've been, since my mom died, right? Clearing her stuff plus clearing my own stuff. But I think I need to make it more of a daily practice. A little bit of stuff every day gets dealt with. A little bit. And let's see where I get to. Because looking at the whole big picture gets overwhelming. Oh my God, here's another box of books. Yep, there's another box of books. Did I tell you guys the other day as I was planning on doing my book, box it up and send it back to Thrift Books, only to find out that over half the books in the stack they had enough of and they didn't want? In the process of doing that, I realized I had 3 copies of a particular book. It was a Dean Graziosi book about real estate, making money in real estate. 3 copies. So I think I'll be handing those out to somebody. You know, I'll keep the one because I haven't had a chance to read it yet. It's in the stack, it's in the queue. But the other two, let's bless them on their way. Let's bless them to someone who might be really excited about that, right? Good morning, Mel. Glad you were here. And we're up to 10. I like when we hit double digits. That's always good. Good time to clear clutter. Get rid of anything that you don't use or love. Clear out physical, emotional, mental, I'm going to add spiritual junk in order to make space for you to shine even brighter. And by spiritual junk, I mean some of the stuff we were taught as kids. As a recovering Catholic, there's a whole bunch of stuff that did not serve a concrete thinking kid. Abstract thinking adults can take a statement like, Lord, I am not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. Adults who can abstract can see that in a certain light. Kids who are concrete thinkers go, ooh, I'm not worthy. I'm less than. I'm a piece of junk. I'm, on and on and on and on. And that sticks with you. And that influences the choices you make, right? Yes. So, how do we let go of that stuff? Exactly. Many people have had religion do a number on them. And that's not okay. My view of religion, whatever religion, is it's meant to be a container to hold us so we become all that God intended us to be. Not to squish us down, not to make us little robots, not to make us buy the party line. That's a misuse of religion, my opinion. So I'm not a go to the building kind of person. I find it in nature. I find it in other human beings. Some of the most spiritual people I know, good morning, Linda, glad you're here, are people who are declared atheists. We can be humane. And sometimes the people who are the least humane are the ones who are buying the dogma of a particular religion. Not my path. You do you, but not my path. And hopefully my work helps people let go of the baggage from that kind of, we'll tell you what to think, we're putting you in a box, you're only allowed to be this, that, or the other thing. A faith that doesn't allow women to do everything doesn't work for me. A faith that is not accepting of people who are different doesn't work for me. Not gonna go there. So, and interesting, here we go. I'm looking at the one on love. Good morning, Mary. Thank you. Glad you're here. And notice, yeah, that's right beside your, it looks like the steam above the coffee cup is actually a heart, but I think it's the little insignia beside your name, because Facebook puts you all in little groups. You're my top fan. You're my this. You're my that. Whatever. We're all the practical rebels. We're fabulous. We're wonderful. Yay. And I'm looking at the next card over, which is in the book, which is love. And the first thing I see is all of your life's experiences are part of a spiritual evolution toward the realization that we are all love. God is love, and in your essence, so are you. Think about that. What if we all ran around with those name tags? You know those name tags? Voted out of 3 churches. Well, there you go. And don't believe that the things that you said or did that got you voted out didn't still have ripple effects on some of the members there. You never know. I'm glad that this work helps you let go of the unwanted baggage, because so much of us are schlepping along so much stuff. Not only our own stuff, but family legacy stuff, things that family members carried, things that are in the ether, the social zeitgeist. We pick up all that stuff too. Like, it's so much more important to work hard and make money than it is to be part of the social fabric. Garbage. All right? We're looking for balance. We're looking for this and that. Exactly. And I think that's a piece too. And my friend, the bishop of the Episcopal Church of Northern Michigan, often says, how do we stay relevant? How do we stay relevant? To people living in these days and these times, how do we stay relevant? We don't serve people by expecting them to fit into the little box we've created, or we created 100 or 200 years ago, and life is so different. How do we stay relevant? His thing is, we need to go to the people. The people aren't coming to the church. We need to go to the people. How do we do that? So there are some very forward-thinking people out there who are of the church, capital C on church. And that's cool. That is cool. That particular church, the Episcopal Diocese of Northern Michigan, it's a series of a bunch of churches, and a lot of little bitty white clapboard churches. I mean, they're not mega churches at all. They're little bitty churches. Created UP Wild, which is church outside. Church outside. And it doesn't have to do necessarily with all the readings and all that stuff, but there's ritual there that is beautiful. Ah, yes. Believe, 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 believe. I keep it in front of me everywhere. So we haven't done this in a while. Let's do this. So here's my little believe plaque. And she believed she could, so she did. And a card my friend Megan sent me. Ooh, and I see really cool. Hang on. Gotta stand up to get this one. This is from years ago. I don't even think I put a year on it. No, I didn't. It's a little book called Believe that I made. So allow me to read the little book Believe to you guys. All right? B. Begin in this moment. Life is delicious. What you believe in becomes true. Believe in yourself. Think about that. We are then true. Whoop, there we go. The one on the bookcase, yes, the believe on the bookcase. Let's see. Mission is seeing with your eyes closed. What are you here to do? Who are you here to be? Just what the world ordered. Just what the world ordered. And that'd be us. That'd be us. Retreat, believe, give, a sanctuary, meditation, wisdom, hope, reflection, strength, joy, intuition, a sacred place. Doors will be opening for you. As far as your eye can see, the universe can see farther. Do it yourself and ask for help. Note the and. Believing. Nothing feels as good as becoming who you were meant to be. And that's the end. Believe. So, inundate yourself with the stuff that helps you. Inundate yourself with the stuff. Oh, wait. 2 more. Believe. Believe. You know what else? A little clip. Believe. I asked my friend Carol to make me some clips so that I could put the things on my desk. Believe. They're everywhere. 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 And sometimes I need things even closer. So I'll line up a whole bunch of them right in front of me. What about for you? What about for you? Yes, we got believes everywhere. So I'm glad the one on the bookshelf actually speaks to you guys but know that they're everywhere here. Everywhere. All right? And when we believe, it helps us tap our light. The part of the light that we're holding. The part of the light that we're meant to bring to the world. And again, that's not being braggy. It's what we're here to do. Yes, nothing feels as good as becoming who you were meant to be. And sometimes it's a little bit painful. Think Velveteen Rabbit. The fuzz gets rubbed off and the eyes fall out and all that happy stuff. But loved, well loved. And in the course of those, the fuzz getting rubbed off, sometimes it's painful. People don't get you. People don't resonate with your message. But they're not the people who are supposed to resonate with your message. And I always think in terms of the family we're born into. My family doesn't get me. But there are those in my family who are willing to make the effort to try to get me, and who will value even what they don't understand. I don't get what you're doing, but rock on with your bad self. Breathe. You have breathe all around you. That's fabulous, Abigail, because everything moves on the breath. If you want something to progress, grow, change, elevate, up-level, breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That is a fabulous word. What else do you guys have for words? Do any of you pick a word for your year? I know someone right now who's living the word joy for this year. That's her word, joy. Do you pick a word for the year? I believe is just my word all the way across the board. So it doesn't mean that there aren't times like simplicity. That one's useful in the moment. Will I always have that one sitting on my desk? No. When it's time for something to replace it, it will be replaced. That's fine. Or when it's time for it to come off my desk because it's clutter clearing time and I have the concept in my head enough now that I can take the visual reminder off my desk, cool, it'll go back in the deck. But for now, it's here. So what will you do with this fine Wednesday? I actually have some time this morning, so I have some things I want to pay attention to, but I'm thinking I might take a walk this morning while it's still cool out, because I think it's going to get rather toasty today. So have an awesome Wednesday. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including navigating through the seeming difficulties. Look for the gifts. Bye-bye.